talking about.
Yes. Well, you know, I think what I'll do is once I start that, I'll send to Andy and to you once I get the moment to do it. I'll send out an intro video that I've done for mindfulness, and that'll kind of explain the course maybe in a little more detail than I just did, and that'll be a nice way for people to just click on that video and see, well, this is something that's interesting to them. But then we can do live sessions, which will be fun. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that probably know as much, maybe even have more experience with mindfulness than I do. So I want to find those people and bring them on and have them, you know, have them share their wisdom and experience as well.
Because with you, even as a native, I mean, even being from the States, I hear that word mindfulness. I kind of have a general idea, but I guess there's more to it. I guess it's kind of not being so worried. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it than, you know, I don't want to go too far to talk about it, but it just sounds interesting to me. So I'd love to attend.
It's something that I've always been interested in, and something that seems to be embedded in every single, you know, all of the major faith traditions. So it's an ancient concept, you know. I mean, it goes back thousands of years, but yet it's something that in the last 5 years here in America, you know, has been pasted on the cover of Time magazine, and you know, you see it's starting to kind of permeate American culture. So I guess the way sort of meditation and Eastern stuff did in the 60s, you know, that was kind of the first wave of, I guess, the sort of meditative practice becoming a big thing in America. But then it was really attached to, obviously, to all the other things that were happening in the 60s, and it was very attached to Eastern spirituality. But mindfulness in itself is you know, you don't have to reference any particular faith tradition at all, because it's really something that you can talk about in you know, in scientific terms. We talk about brain science. I'll talk a little bit about that, and I have some slides that go along with that. So it's become I guess, something that's a little less stigmatized by the mainstream, because I think that mainstream America might have tended to look at it early on as something, oh, this is like some, you know, this is like Buddhist or Hindu or whatever, and you know, I'm a Christian, you know, that kind of thing. So and I did grow up by the way, in the Episcopal Church. So you know, the Christianity has its own version of meditation called centering prayer, you know, that I learned about years ago. And so this is really something that, again, goes back a long way, permeates every major religious tradition, but now is something that's sort of being separated out, because it's something where we can give kids, in particular, is what I'm focusing on now. If we can give kids tools to cope with stress, to learn how to pay attention better, because they've all grown up on television and video games and internet, so they're used to constant stimuli hitting their brains, you know. And if something new doesn't hit their brain in a few seconds, they're bored, you know, and that's a problem.
Excellent. Yeah. So guys, that's why I wanted Park to speak really quickly, is because when, you know, we're creating groups in webtalk, you need to start thinking of your own groups. Super, she's on right now. She has, you know, the group that listens to music and reads lyrics and watches videos and movies and things like that. And that's a particular group. And it's awesome. I love it. I love that concept. So everyone, you have something that you can bring to a group that people want to hear. So always be thinking about that. Radeva, can you get on real quickly? Are you there? Yeah, she's there.
Oh, there we go. Hi.
we have another teacher that her name is Rudeba. She was a friend of my wife's in Abu Dhabi. They met in Abu Dhabi, and then I met her. She might like travel like maybe like 10 times to 100 times more than I like travel. So she's very excited about this. And if you know anything about that, how much I like travel, she loves to travel. So Radeba, give us just a quick little information about you. You guys in this group will definitely see her more often because she does want to be part of the travel group, and she's probably going to bring some, information as well. So she might start doing, some Zooms as well about travel. I don't know. I'm asking her right now what she wants to do.
He's throwing out a limb, guys. He's throwing out a limb. I am going to start my own travel group. I just first need to get a feel more for how this works, and because I'm not very techno savvy. So, Robert, you're not alone in this one. Social media is also not my forte, but I have been learning. I've been looking up things since Andy got in touch with me. So once I have my hand on that, I will eventually orchestrate a Zoom class on travel and stuff. And I'm also a teacher. I'm foundation phase. And I'm managing the elementary section at my school at the moment. So I also have a lot of input regarding that. So anybody that's interested in classes regarding the little kids and stuff, I can foot that bill. And I'd like to have sessions with little ones all around the world if that's also going to be possible soon enough. And he's just going to have to help me a little bit more with the techno part of all this and how to create this meeting business and whatever. So once that's offhand, guys, I will let you know. And on webtalk, you can look out for me. And then obviously join the group, which will have weekly sessions of, like I said, the foundation phases of school, and then secondly, the traveling group. Because yes, I think we are fairly in competition where travel's concerned, Andy.
No, and see, this is the thing that I love about this is, none of this is, a competition. None of this is a, who can do a better Zoom than someone else. This is not that. It's, if anybody has Zoom of mine before, some of them are very boring. Some of them are very just kind of me talking and Teacher Tim talking and just everybody talking and everybody having to listen. We want to start creating something a little bit more interactive. That's why I've been putting up some pictures in my background so that you can kind of, see some stuff behind me. I'm going to explain these pictures in a second. But, everyone, and Radeba, this is, to you, but this is to everybody that wants to start doing this. All of us started at some point where we didn't even know how to use this. We've had Zoom meetings where Teacher Grant was like, "Hey guys, check this out." And he pulls up something, he shows us, and everyone's like, "Whoa, we want to do that." So of course, I have to, competitive self. I decide, you know what, I need to start doing some of these things. And so, as you interact and look at other people's Zooms and see what they're doing, and let me tell you this, Radeba, none of us are going to compare with Emily and Miley. None of us are going to do that. They're all over the place. They know everything about how to do the best Zoom meetings in the world, and they're like 7 and 8 years old. So don't worry about that. They're incredible. But yeah, there's just multiple people that are doing things, and everyone is good in their own way, and that's what I love about this. As far as
everybody can bring a thing to the table.
Yeah, that's what I really like about that. So Tim, I don't find it, but guys, what I would really like for you to do is, one, to connect with Mr. Ellis, Park Ellis, and I would also like you guys to connect with Radeba Sambo on webtalk. They're going to start posting. They'll start posting when they're going to have classes and things like that. So we have, a couple more teachers. We had Lewis last week. So that's like 3 teachers in 2 weeks now that are getting involved. There's so many people from Vietnam that are starting to do classes, and it's incredible, guys. So with all that, let's talk a little bit about you know, about the pictures. So you've seen some pictures up. I'll kind of go back and show you a picture. So when I was teaching my first year of teaching in Abu Dhabi, I was teaching way out in the desert. And these are a couple of my students that said that they wanted me to come to their camel farm, and they also wanted me to go to a camel race that was in their little town. And so we decided, a couple of us decided to go, and you know, we went out and you know, took some pictures and stuff. What I want to ask, if you put in the chat, I want you to answer this question. How much do you think this camel is worth or will be worth in the future? There's a camel sitting next to me. Just write in the chat, how much do you think this camel, if they were to sell it, how much this camel would be worth? Maybe in like US dollars. 1,000. All right. What else? Put in the chat if you like. If you want to unmute real quickly and just say a number. Toto says, oh, 5,000. I see 5,000. All right. Let's keep going up. Keep going up.
3,500.
3,500. Keep going up.
Oh, 10,000.
Keep going up. You're so far away.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I'm dead serious.
60,000.
Now you're getting places, but you're still so far away.
I'm 40,000.
10,000.
So guys, when I went to the camel farm, they started telling me some stories about camels and what the value of them. Now, some people, when you think of like horses, we have certain horses that are very expensive and certain horses that aren't that expensive. Camels are the same way. This camel right here, next to me, they paid $500 for this camel. Now, when this camel gets older and, you know, because it's one of like a very, you know, good breed of camel, they said that the possibility of selling it could be for between $4 and $5 million. Oh yeah, Atul, good answer. I heard it's similar to premium cars, very much so. Camels in the UAE are worth millions of dollars. One of these kids, I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the kid on the right. He was saying, I don't think it was him actually. I think it was another kid was saying that they have a contest in Rudeba. I don't know if Rudeba went to any of these, but they have beautiful contests. And they dress up the camels, and it's crazy that you think that a camel is not very beautiful, because if you look at this picture, this is not a very beautiful camel, right? If we look at this guy, he just looks like he's just in your face. But camels have value, and Somalia. He just said Somalia. We export them to them such camel. Yeah, very true. Very true. See, guys, look at the information that you're learning from people, not me. We've learned that they're worth, you know, like premium cars. We know that Somalia sends camels to the UAE. This is awesome. Everybody's learning stuff. I love it. And so, you know, so this is a very big thing. That they have a beautiful camel contest. You go and they can see beautiful camel. People win cars, they win all kinds of stuff for, you know, for camels. So that's something that I wanted to show you. But we went to watch races. And so here's a little, let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. So here's a little race. I'll move my head. Here's a little race. So the guy in the truck in front of us, he's videoing the race. You drive right next to the camels as they run around the track. They don't look like they're running too fast because they're really not. But they're still going, I mean, you couldn't probably catch them, but, you know, they're not going too fast. But this is a track. Where is it? This is in Abu Dhabi. This was not in Abu Dhabi. This was in a small town called Sila. And so this wasn't at Abu Dhabi, but this was in the Abu Dhabi Emirate. So we have the camel races. Let's see. I think I have another video. Let's see if it'll come. Oh, yeah. So here's another video of the races.
Mm-hmm.
I've just made some virtual background so you can't really hear the noise. Some other videos I'll post with noise. So this is just the camel races early in the morning. They like to go out and run them in the early morning so it's not too hot and they don't get tired, or it doesn't hurt them to run around in the morning. But yeah, this was basically like my first year of being in Abu Dhabi. Is this a lesson about the camel? Why do they run? Great question, Toto. The reason that they run is because they're trained just like horses to race, or if you have like dog races or horse races or people running races, they're trained to run. And where they're running is a track, so they know that that where to run. Yeah, Teacher Grant, these are just virtual backgrounds that I'm showing, so there's no volume. The volume, the audio really isn't that special.
No, I was just making a comment. Zoom's going so like quick. First it was background pictures, then it's background video with no sound. I guarantee within 4 or 5 months, I mean, they must have found heck of a tech team. They're going to add sound to it before you know it.
Yep, they probably will have stuff with sound. So guys, I just wanted to show you some videos real quickly. Since everybody's saying it's just now, this is this is just a the next video I'm going to show is just a fun video. My buddy and I, we went to Atlantis, and there's a slide that is it's like 90 feet, and it's straight down. I mean, it's like the 90-degree angle, and it's about 90 to 100 feet high slide. And if you know anything about me, I'm scared to death of heights. So this was a
Are you crazy? Who does that?
Ah! So
apparently people who are crazy.
It's pretty crazy. So in the Atlantis, at Atlantis, the slide goes through a tunnel, and the tunnel goes underneath the aquarium at the Atlantis. So you literally go under water, like through a tunnel, through an aquarium. You can't see any fish because you're going so fast. So here, I'll move my big head, and you can just see how fast this really is. So yeah, so it has no sound, but I screamed because
my tummy's turning remembering my experience going there. It was insane.
Right.
Please don't do that, everybody. Don't go to Atlantis and do that. It's
Did
crazy.
you go to the Atlantis?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it was incredible. It was so much fun. So I just want to show a quick little fun video. So let's see. So guys, this is I wanted to show you some things like this because I want you to understand that when I'm talking about travel and the things that I love to do, there's so much about travel that I love. I love the fact that I have pictures of people, kids that I taught, that I met, that were crazy kids, but then when you go and do stuff with them and what they're interested in, you realize that they're actually just like everybody else, and they're very proud of their heritage, proud of who they are, and you learn so much from them. I forgot, I got one more. This will make you guys go So I got one more. Let's see, picture I wanted to explain. So after we went to the races, after we saw the camels, we went and sat here. What do you think is in this bowl? The kid that's on the cell phone, what do you think is in the bowl that's in front of him? If you want to pop open your mic and just shout out an answer, that's fine. But what do you think is in the bowl in front of that kid? You can put in the chat too if you like. A snake? No. So there's a bowl. So a bowl is the, you know, I don't know if I can point to it. It's like, geez, this is really hard. Right here, right above where my finger is, that bowl. There's a bowl full of something. Ooh, the photo said right.
I see white ingredients. I don't know what is it.
Okay, white ingredients, very good. You're being observant of the color. So the color is white. What kind of things gold or silver? I wish I would have taken it. So what they have is they have a little house, like this is kind of like a little, just like a little hut out in the desert at the camel farm. But they said, teacher, would you like some camel milk? And so they went and they milked a camel right in front of us into a bowl, and we got to share camel's milk. So it's camel's milk. So we had hot, fresh camel's milk after we went and watched the camel races. So that was really cool. And so the teachers, or the two ladies sitting there on the left, those were teachers that I knew that had gone with me. And then, you know, those were the students, and they wanted us to sit down and enjoy some camel milk with them. So yeah, so that was really cool, because we got to learn a little bit about them and learn a little bit about, you know, their culture and the things that they do on a daily basis, and being able to eat or drink fresh hot camel's milk was pretty cool. That's about it for me as far as, you know, things that I want to tell you about. Rodeva's face. Rodeva, would you drink the camel's milk?
No, Andy, because it's disgusting.
It was it was a little salty for sure, but it was good.
It was disgusting. Be honest, Andy. It was disgusting. You were being nice. It was horrible.
No, I liked it. It was salty, but I liked it. I liked it.
Okay.
It was
Each to his own, but that, no.
Terry, it was not something you would want to eat or drink every day. That's for sure. But they do use camel milk to make the camel cookies, and I can guarantee it, Rodeva has had the camel cookies, and those things are incredible. Did you have remember the camel cookies?
Yes, because they filled with sugar, so obviously they're yum.
Yeah, the camel cookies were delicious.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything that they want to say today? I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys and kind of give you, like, you know, kind of a little bit more information about myself, as far as, you know, why I love this group and why I want to, you know, give you more information. I do want this to be more interactive. I do want people to speak more in this. But today I wanted to introduce some teachers. So does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to open up their mic? You can unmute yourself and ask a question if you like.
I always have something to say. Just good class. In that class, good talk. Someone.
What's that?
Good talk. Motivation. I'm ready to get on this traveling wagon and make it an adventure of mine, and won't have to work for what do they say? Work for the people. Not work for the people. Work for the boss. Work for myself. You know, the idea that I travel and work for myself and just do what I love, and at the end of the day, it will come around. So I'm really, really stoked about this. I'm psyched.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to show today, is kind of like that, you know, you're learning about culture, you're learning about stuff, but then there's also fun things to do when you travel. And I think that I really want you guys to understand that education, to me, being able to sit down and drink camel's milk with someone in the middle of the desert and learn about them, you can't explain that to people. A lot of times you can't explain that to people because they just don't understand. So being able to learn about culture and learn about things, that's what I love about traveling. Anybody else?
Yeah. By the way, I hear, as you shared something about camels. They cost a lot.
Yeah.
And I just searched why you were talking. Why do camels cost a lot? So
Okay.
I just searched
no,
and
go
I
ahead.
found something. Yeah, I found something, but besides it, it's okay. I found that camel milk can cost $30 liter. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
besides this, why do camels cost so expensive? Yeah.
Want any more information?
Yeah. No, I mean, do you have any information why?
Yeah. So if you think about like you have horses in Morocco, right? Right. So some horses, you know, people just have horses at their house and they ride them and it doesn't really matter. Other people, they breed horses, right? And they breed horses with other horses that are incredible. So if we look at like you know, like horse racing in the United States, those horses are bred to be amazing race horses. So they're very, very expensive. It's the same philosophy or same idea with camels. There are some camels that are just camels that just walk around and, you know, produce milk and whatever. Then there are camels that are bred to be beautiful. There are camels that are bred to be able to race. And so that's how they generate, you know, they develop a value, is because they're bred. There's a certain breed that's better than other breeds. And that's the main reason why they're so expensive.
Yeah, thank you for the information. You know, I'm kind of curious about things.
Do
so
you
we
guys
shared about
Super Z, are there camels in Morocco or no?
yeah, Sahara. Yeah,
Sorry.
right. But
Have
very
you
far
ever
away. Yeah.
ridden a camel?
No, never. Never.
Maybe that's something you should look into doing now. It's very uncomfortable, but it's an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be on. They're just, you don't realize how tall they are until you're trying to ride one, and then you're just way up there. And
or even trying to get on them, Andy. I mean, I'm 1.45, and that's pretty short. You know, it's not easy getting onto a camel.
Right. Yeah, it's a little difficult.
But you will, Super Z, you will enjoy it. It's an experience you should try.
Yep.
But I tried when I was a kid, but it was like scary. I cannot try it again. It's scary.
We'll get you on a camel. We'll get you on a camel someday. Anybody else?
Yeah, Andy, TJ Andy.
Yes.
In Somalia, camels cost a fortune to us. You know, when somebody is going to marry a lady, he pays 100 camels.
Yeah, like dowries. Yeah, so camels are worth a lot of value in different places. So in Somalia, they're used as a dowry, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Very cool. Nice.
I think in some parts of the UAE as well, in the Middle East, some parts of the Middle East as well, Andy, I think they are used as a dowry. If you come from the villages. I speak under correction, but I almost think that is what it is.
Yes, and those of you who are listening, we mentioned a word. I'm going to type it. A dowry. A dowry. When we said dowry is kind of like a payment. A dowry means like he was saying, if someone gets married, 100 camels goes to the father. So that's like a payment. That's like a gift almost of let me give you these camels.
We call it here in Somalia and in many other Arab countries al-mahr.
They do what?
That's the word. They call it al-mahr.
Oh, say it again.
Al-mahr.
Mahed. Okay.
M-E-H-E-R.
Mahed. So now we know a new word in Arabic and in English, dowry, mahed.
Yes. Oh God, how did I get out here? Okay.
Guys,
So bloody literally, teacher.
I love it. I love it. Anybody else have any other questions? Or something they want to say? We have about 8 minutes left. Anybody else have any anything that they would like to say about the videos or the pictures or anything about this travel group? It's up to you. Mahar, yep. Chuan Lee. Okay. Teacher Toto, if you want to say it in Vietnamese, does anybody have any questions about the travel group or about what we've been talking about?
Yeah, actually, I think they understand about our group and then they understand the conversation today and they really excited. But maybe they don't have any question about this because even me, I never been and I've never had any experience about this, and I feel so excited about this, and I think, wow. Actually, I don't have any question about the thing that you share, but I love it, and I want to try in the future.
Very good. So yeah, I mean, guys, this is understand that as a kid growing up until I was let's see, 35, I had been to Mexico once and to Canada once when I was a little kid. And when I got the opportunity to go be a teacher, when I saw the opportunity to be a teacher in the UAE, I've always wanted to travel, but I never had the money to do it. So I completely understand when people say, well, I've never been able to travel. It's so hard to do. It is hard to do when you don't have a way to do it. But if we work together and we keep pushing forward with this and let WebTalk do what it does, I feel like this is a massive opportunity for people to be able to do things that they never thought that they could do. And that's the way I feel. When I went to Abu Dhabi, I was like, I have to do this because this is my opportunity to go do the things that I wish I could do. And
Here.
I made the best out of my 5 years for sure, because all I did was travel because I knew how valuable it was. And so my experiences, my traveling will never be the same as anybody else's, but I want to start showing you guys some pictures and videos and things. And, some of the stuff will have volume. This is just virtual background stuff, but I do want to show you guys every week someplace new, give you some information and kind of help you kind of see the world, through my eyes, and hopefully give you some ideas of some places that you want to see. That's what I want this to be about, and that's what I love about this. So, and I'm sure Radeba is going to bring all kinds of pictures and videos with her classes as well, and start showing you some things.
Yeah, you just got to teach me that trick of how to put it up behind me. I don't know how.
Yeah, and this Rodeva probably isn't the best tutorial for that, because this is just pictures that I've just put as a virtual background. But I will next time I will show you. I'll show some pictures and videos, but I'll pull it from my computer. So I'll show you how to do screen share and stuff like that, so you can learn that technique.
Perfect.
do that. Yeah. You know, I'll definitely help you with that. I'm not an expert at it. You know, like I said, there's kids that are way better at this than I am. So, you know, that's what I love about this is every teacher does the best that they can do. And I think that we all have our specific things that we're very good at. And, you know, it's just, it's exciting to see people do things. I know that it says Lotus, but I think her name is Zwan. I got on her and I was listening and watching to her Zoom meeting, and she was having people show their house and show their towns and their porches and things like that. Even that, you get to learn something about people, and you get to learn about all kinds of different countries. And so, you know, whether it's a little bit that you can show as far as what you've done as travel, or a lot, it doesn't matter. This is the group that I'm so excited about. You guys don't even know how exciting it is to talk for 2 sessions without really having to talk about web talk levels and all that. You know, it's exciting to talk about travel and give you some kind of virtual experiences with that. Anybody else have any questions or things that they'd like to say before we sign off for today?
Yes, Teacher Andy. How
Yes.
does this project have to do with Somalia? I want you get to the bottom of this question.
So right now it's this particular, you know, group is about people who want to go see the world. So maybe in the future people will say, hey, we want to go to Somalia. And I personally have not been to Somalia yet, and it is someplace that I do want to go. So you might have to be the person that gets on and shows us some things about Somalia so that we get interested in going there. But this isn't the idea of this is we need to start developing some ideas in our heads of places that we want to visit. We want you from Somalia to meet us somewhere as well. Want to meet you in Somalia. I'm being very honest with that. I want to be in I want to visit places, and you know, so this group is and this Zoom isn't about a particular place that you have to go. Right now, I just want to give information about different places that I've been and seen, and have people, you know, like Grant said, to kind of give to be a little bit more focused and want to figure out how to do that. You know, get your get your passports ready, you know, things like that, so that you're ready to go when the app comes out and we have a way to develop revenue, and when the world can once again travel and be able to see.
Yeah, many
Really
renowned
quickly,
persons.
Andy, you're definitely right. Passports ready, paperwork ready, because all
Yeah.
that will take months. That's crucial. Do it now.
Yep.
So when you're ready, fill out all the forms now. So when you're ready to travel, you don't have to spend hours going back and forth. Get it all done.
Yep. Guys, we have less than 1 minute, so it might cut out. I'm so glad that you guys, you know, showed up today and you know, listened to me go on and on. I as you know, that's how I roll. I like to talk a lot.
Andy, I think Super Z has got a question. She had a hand up earlier.
Oh, sorry. Super Z, did you have something else?
I was saying like less than 1 minute. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have less than 1 minute, so it's about to go off. You
Yes.
know, again,
So,
thank you. We
thank
will
you.
do this every week, for sure on Wednesday. So goodbye, everybody. Make sure to